Starting, and I think we're live. What's happening, everybody? Dave the Film Junkie here. Cheers. Welcome to the live podcast. Or welcome to the pre-recorded podcast, however you're watching it. As long as you're watching it, that's all that matters.
That is the important thing.
Exactly. With me, as always, is my good friend and nerd partner, crime fighter, dynamic duo, man, child, James Bricknell.
Man-child, I like that. Hi, everybody. Today I'll be drinking filtered water because I am hardcore.
Oh, watch out. This is a filtered Captain Morgan.
Technically filtered. I mean,
yeah. And then my liver will filter it, and that's pretty much it. Anyways, guys, appreciate you watching. Let's see, we got... Whoa, I shouldn't turn that on. Your wife just said, yay, an ad. Well, hey, something's got to pay the bills, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Unfortunately. Okay, so let's get started here. And basically, this show, we only got one viewer right now, sadly, but hey, hopefully that'll grow.
Well, we've got 5 thumbs up, so that's not bad.
Yeah, that's always a good start. In this podcast, we're not gonna be talking about a certain movie. We're not gonna be talking for over 2 hours about a certain movie this time, even though that was a lot of fun, of course.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about three movies that are coming out and 3 trailers that premiered this week. And actually, there's a big trailer that's premiering tonight too, so that's why we definitely can't run over time because got to cover that shit. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, it's
Doctor Strange.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Doctor Strange trailer is going to be premiering tonight. Mr. Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be on Jimmy Kimmel Live. So, and apparently they have like a 2-minute trailer that he's going to premiere. So,
all right. What time's that on?
That is on 11 o'clock Eastern time. So it'll probably hit the internet around 8:30, 8:45, possibly by 9 at least. So.
Oh, okay. Well, if it's on earlier, I'm pretty sure there's a way that through the Hangout we can play a YouTube video just like here.
Yeah.
And we can actually do a reaction all at the same time, which would be amazing.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. But anyways, we're going to talk about other trailers that came out earlier this week, a week ago, whatever.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Civil War also. Actually, that's happening right now. The world premiere of Captain America Civil War is happening right now. And we're lucky enough not to be there. And that sucks.
That's a sad state of affairs that the Film Junkie isn't at the premiere. One day.
Yeah, one day maybe I'll get invited to one of those.
Well, one day we might be able to sneak in while nobody's looking. I mean,
exactly.
At the very least.
Or we can perform some kind of heist, whatever. It'd be fun to record it. Well, I guess we could talk about Civil War first because they premiered a new clip. When was it? At the MTV Movie Awards on Sunday, which was a pretty badass clip, that's for sure. And of course, I got people who like to troll me because I'm more DC, and they gave me that sad Ben Affleck picture, and they said, "Oh, that's DC." After seeing that Captain America Civil War clip, I was like, "Oh,
okay."
How nice of you." But then I sent one back of Jared Leto doing this, and I said, "That's DC." After they just dropped the Suicide Squad trailer.
Yeah.
So
which we're going to talk about in a minute.
Yeah, exactly. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But Captain America Civil War, yes, that's coming out very soon, and we're excited about it. There's a lot of clips that have been coming out. That clip was awesome. Because what I really loved about it is how Captain, he's just like, he's got his new team and he's just utilizing every aspect. I mean, he comes flying in on Falcon and then just totally rams a guy into a truck. And I even, I got in a little debate with somebody on one of my videos last night. Cause I said, there's no way in hell that guy lived. We give all this shit to Superman and Batman for killing. There's no way in hell coming in that quick that guy lived. But I don't care. I just wanted to make that point. And then of course he tried to be like, he actually came back at me saying that that Batman doesn't kill, Batman and Superman don't kill because it's part of their code or whatever. And he was all totally blaming Snyder. And then he said, Iron Man and Captain America do what they got to do. I was like, oh my God. I was like, first off, it's not a Snyder thing. Batman is killed in the book, so is Superman. And he's killed in the other movie versions. And it's a terrible argument if you're just saying that Iron Man and Captain America are just doing what they got to do. Well, all the heroes are doing what they got to do.
Exactly. Like Captain America Captain America definitely does kill because he's a soldier. Like
exactly.
he always has been a soldier.
He's killed many times. But
That's
he's
it.
fine.
But we don't try and make excuses for him. We make excuses
No.
for Superman because we hold him to a higher ideal. We don't
do.
expect Captain America to do it because he's a soldier.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I have no problem with any of them killing if it's the right, if it's the right thing to do.
Exactly.
Like, for the greater good.
For the greater good of man. And that's they're doing what they got to do, and that's what they're saying. Anyways, past that, we see him kick a lot of ass, and then he has Scarlet Witch just basically levitate him up into like a window.
Yeah,
which
that was good.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. So
yeah.
And then there's a clip. Well, go ahead.
Go on. Yeah, no, that was what I was going to talk about. Hang on. Didn't we see a bit more Black Panther? I thought I saw Black Panther holding Captain America's shield on that clip. Is that right?
Yeah,
and he was pulling it down.
Yeah, with his
and
claws.
and you can see Captain America has that face. This kind of says, "Whoa, this guy is
this sucks."
Strong. Yeah.
This guy needs a pedicure. Yeah.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. But you were going to say about the next clip.
Well, the next clip that showed up last night because Jimmy Kimmel, I don't know. I mean, I guess Jimmy Kimmel is just the guy to go to show clips and trailers and shit like that. Chris Evans, Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, and Paul Rudd were on Jimmy Kimmel last night, and the premiere clip is just when Scott Lang meets Captain America for the first time. It's funny. It's great. Because we all love Paul Rudd and we love that he's Ant-Man, and so he's all fanboyish, he's all starstruck, and it's just a fun scene.
I'm looking forward to seeing what happens just after that if the Falcon recognizes him and like gives him some grief from the Ant-Man movie.
Well, I think that's what that secret scene was all about. Remember when I think it was a secret scene for Ant-Man? Yeah. Where they find Bucky and Bucky's trying to like tear his arm off and he says that whole thing, "I know your mom." And then Falcon goes, "Well, I know a guy." I think they already shook hands and said, "Hey, good job. Maybe you should be part of this team. I'll let you know." So I think he already knows by that time. We'll see what happens. But I keep hearing that Spider-Man and Ant-Man are hilarious in the movie. They're kind of like the show stealers. I'm interested to see that because, you got spider, ant, insect kind of thing. Even though
nice, I like it. That should be quite funny.
That's what I mean. Yeah, but it's almost like deja vu because early reactions are very positive for Civil War. And they said that Spider-Man steals the show. And I'm going, didn't we just do this like a month ago? Early reactions to Batman vs Superman were very positive, and they said Wonder Woman steals the show. Of course, I don't think there's going to be a backlash like there was with Batman vs Superman. Most likely not. It seems like
tonally they're very different.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're supposed to be. That's what pissed me off more than anything else. When all these people complaining that Batman vs Superman's too serious, it's supposed to be serious. It has a very different tone to the Avengers, which is ridiculous, because we all know that any one of those heroes could do the job, but instead there's loads of them and it doesn't explain why they're not in each other's movies, blah blah blah. It's weird to compare the two when they're completely different, tonally,
And that's what's going to happen too when this movie comes out. Everybody's going to shit on Batman vs Superman, and then it's going to be like that. They're going to compare, which sucks because people just want to do that, and it's like, well, look, can't we just like this and like this too? But apparently, with a lot of people, they can't do that. But good news for the DCEU to this week is Justice League is started filming yesterday, which is
excellent.
Great. It was finally confirmed that Ben Affleck is going to direct and star in his standalone Batman movie, of course. So I think that's super exciting. We already know he co-wrote a script with Jeff Johns, which is like, that's who you want to write with. When it comes to writing a DC movie, you want to write with Jeff Johns because he's up there. He's written numerous miniseries for all the characters from Aquaman, especially Batman. He's written a lot of Batman. So, and you see okay, well, we'll get to that. I have another little thing I saw on a certain trailer that we're going to talk about. Yeah.
Okay. That
I had to throw at that one guy that shut him up. Which I think it's interesting because somebody pointed it out to me and I was like, oh, that's Anyways, with Captain America Civil War, I don't think there's really much else to say about it, but
no, I mean, I think the I think the premiere is going to go off quite well. It looked like
of course.
I was watching some of the live stream before we came on and listening to Stan Lee.
Yeah.
It's like the wondrous Stan Lee. So I mean, I'm looking forward to it. When does it actually release for us to watch?
May something. I forgot.
So the premiere's now, and we have to.
Yeah.
That's
That's what they like to do. They like to just reach in your pants and just kind of get you going, and then they're like, wait, no, you got to wait about 3 more weeks or so.
That's not right.
Yeah,
it used to be like that. You used to have the premiere, and then like 2 days later, the movie came out.
Yeah, usually, sometimes they'll do like a week out, but this time they're not. I don't know why. I don't know.
Well, maybe they're filming. Maybe they're starting, like people are starting to film other stuff.
Yeah.
There's Ant-Man 2.
Ooh, that's right. Well, I heard that today too. I heard that Paul Rudd and Adam McKay are currently starting to write the Ant-Man 2 script right now, so that's good.
I'm glad Paul Rudd is actually
involved. Yeah, because he's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, that a lot of the funny scenes are just him improvising. It's like he's really, if you ever watch like a blooper reel with him, he's just freaking hilarious. He's part of that group, especially coming out of Anchorman and just all those Judd Apatow stuff. He's just a funny dude. So it just works all around.
One of my favorite movies of recent years has been I Love You, Man.
Oh yeah, great movie.
I thought it was so funny, and when you see the outtakes of that, it's just him and what's the other guy's name? The guy from How I Met Your Mother. They're just improvising on stuff.
Segel.
Yeah, that's it, Jason Segel. Yeah, just improvising over and over again until they get the funniest one. Yeah,
that must be fucking difficult, and that's what I'm anxious to see with the Deadpool bonus features, because I heard there was a lot of other alternative shit that they didn't use, obviously jokes, because it was just a lot of Ryan Reynolds just improvising, and then with TJ Miller, I heard that was just like epic. I look forward to seeing that as well. That should be good. That's going to be interesting. So Civil War, we're excited, and we're not going to compare it to Batman or Superman. We're just going to love it like it's another child, because you wouldn't do that with both your children, right? You don't say which ones you love more, right? Okay, I guess people will do that, but yeah. Okay, I was trying to make a point, James. Damn it, it didn't really come out right, I guess.
I love all comic book movies equally.
So do I. But equally, if only that was the case. But most likely it'll probably be a better movie. But whatever, we're still getting a lot more DC movies, 10 to be exact, and Justice League is still happening. It's going to be a much crowd-friendlier tone, apparently. Jeff Johns is most likely going to be like there's rumors that he might be like the Kevin Feige of the DCEU. So hey, that works. Yeah, they realize they fucked up a little bit with Batman or Superman. They know the mistakes they made, but they also made a lot of good fucking shit. You can't deny the visuals in that movie are spectacular. The casting was spot on. I mean, that's a big thing. Like, it's important when you're doing a movies where your characters go from movie to movie to movie to movie to movie, that you get the casting right. And I can't fault Henry Cavill as Superman. I can fault the fact that they made him a little bit of an emo. Well, we talked about that. They didn't utilize him well at all.
Exactly. But as a Superman, he's pretty damn good. As Batman, he's like. We love Batman. We love the Wonder Woman.
It's all good. It's all good, guys. All right, now on to Star Wars Rogue One, or shall I say Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Which makes me a little marble mouth, but it's all right. I kind of like Star Wars Rogue One or just Rogue One, but Star Wars story, that's fine.
I think I would have just gone Rogue One and just like, I mean, it's a Star Wars story. We know it is. It doesn't. I don't think it needs.
But they needed to make sure that the general public knew that it was a Star Wars movie, I guess. So they had to throw that in there, because even there's people that thought it was a sequel. They thought it was Episode 8, which is funny. I mean, it's fine. There was like a little infographic that was roaming around that was like called Rogue One for Dummies. Yeah. A lot of people, even people were like, "Where's Finn and Rey?" It's like, they're born yet? Not yet. No. This takes place in between. This is a prequel-ish, But overall, Jesus. God damn, this movie looks good.
I'm a little bit sad that we're not going to find out how many Bothans died for
right?
for the plans, because it's the wrong Death Star. It's the first Death Star, not the second Death Star.
Oh, I thought the first one was the one where they had many Bothans die to get those plans.
The many Bothans died to get the plans for the second one.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, and they also helped to get the code for the Endor force field.
Well, we'll see somebody probably die, but
but how good was the trailer? Like,
it was great. It wasn't just like a teaser. It didn't just show scenes and just get you like a big boner and then that's it. It actually showed the main character. What's her name? Something Eros, Jin Eros or some shit. Yeah. I can't. I can't even pronounce regular names. I can't. How am I going to pronounce Star Wars names? But
Jyn Erso.
There you go.
Jyn Erso.
There you go. Played by the lovely Felicity Jones,
who it looks like is going to be a brilliant addition to the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, totally.
You know, it's great to see another strong female character.
Yeah, I mean, I know people are bitching about that too, but it's just like, hey, we've had all these male figures, and it's like, yeah, let's have the ladies have their time too. Let's change it up. Let's shake it up a little bit. You know, it's only when they start going really overboard when they start throwing in your face, that's when we go like, all right, let's relax. But they're not doing that. They're just trying to throw in some strong female characters. Whatever. Hey, it's another Star Wars flick, and what I really love about how this movie is looking is the fact that it does look retro as well as updated, you know? And I said that in my review too. I was like, one thing that George Lucas really he cheesed on a lot of shit for the prequels, but just the way everything was so brightly colored and polished in the prequel world was ridiculous. It just almost looked like it was light years in the future when it was supposed to be light years in the past. Well, not light years, it was supposed to be in the past. Yeah. This movie really captures that 1977 style that was all about that first movie. You could see it within the trailer. Everything's not brightly colored. It's dull. It's got that retro feel. It's got the old stormtroopers and everything. And it even looks like when you see the Death Star with the Star Destroyers, it looks like they used the same models that they did in Star Wars.
A couple of people did complain that the Star Destroyer was white and it looked like it hadn't been what's the word? Like the graphics on it hadn't been finished. No. And what I thought what it looked like was maybe they were white originally. Like, because it's just come off the production line.
Yeah, and then they got to put some primer on it, get it all gray or something.
Once it's been in space for a while, it's going to get dirty.
Yeah, you get some of that space
dust. There's loads of dust in space, so eventually it would get dirty. Just like when you're in a plane, when you fly in a plane, it's lovely and clean until it goes for a cloud, and then it's all dirty. That's what I think. That's what I think the Star Destroyers are. They're bright, clean, brand new off the production line. And then they get dirty in the preceding years by the time A New Hope comes along, you know?
Yeah, and then it was nice seeing Mon Mothma in there too. I mean, it was, goddamn, that actress, they just like, it's almost like they took the original actress and just, but it's not. It's a new actress, and the joke's on, joke's on more George Lucas, because apparently this actress was also in episode 3, but the scene that she was in got deleted, and she played Mon Mothma. And it got completely deleted at episode 3, but now they just say, hey, come back, and now we're going to make you look exactly like you're supposed to look. And
she looks brilliant.
Yeah. I was like, well, there you go. Yeah. And then, so we get a sense of, her character. We know she's got a rap sheet. She's a bit of a hoodlum, which is what they need for this adventure. And you get some of the other characters, too. Like there's that badass samurai dude who's apparently blind. Who's kicking. He's blind apparently.
He's the guy from Enter the Badlands, isn't he? He looked
like something like that. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
If you haven't watched that,
I heard it's amazing. Yeah, I heard it's amazing. Yeah. But someone just said I want Yoda. Hey, we might. You never know. I don't know if they're gonna maybe have Yoda. Who knows how much Jedi is gonna be in this? But I mean, there is rumors, and of course it should be true. I mean, why wouldn't it be? But that Darth Vader is in this movie.
Well, that was Darth Vader's ship that comes in across the thing. That's the Imperial, the main Star Destroyer, isn't it?
Yeah.
Admiral, what's his name? Tarkin. Oh, come on. Yeah.
Tarkin?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I mean, he might be in there, but I mean, they showed some kind of dude, but I don't think he was him. I remember somebody broke it down too. I watched the video and I can't remember exactly.
It looks like Moff Tarkin because he's
kind
of
does.
He's kind of standing with his hands behind his back, like standing sort of,
Yeah, but he had that cape, so I don't know.
Oh, that was a different guy.
There was, who are you talking about?
Yeah, there was pictures. I think it was a picture of him. He looked really badass. Like the guy in the cloak. People said, "Oh, it's Darth Vader." It's like, well, Darth Vader doesn't wear.
I think that's gonna be. That's gonna be like that actor Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads
Mikkelsen. I think that was his character. Because it's like, some people were wondering if that was Darth too, because you even see like the bodyguards, the red bodyguard dudes, also in there. But I don't think, and because he had a hood on, and Darth Vader doesn't wear a hood.
No,
he doesn't wear a hood unless he was going maskless, helmetless.
That'd be weird.
Yeah, I don't think they would do that, but then that'd be interesting. I don't know.
And he's too big and bulky to be the Emperor.
Yeah.
Die, Jedi.
I think the room he was going into was probably going to talk to the Emperor and that hologram fucking thing where you just see his face, possibly that. But I mean, for sure, there's going to be some Darth Vader in there. I don't know about Jedis. I don't know if it needs Jedis.
I don't think all the Jedi are dead at this point, apart from. Well, saying that, you've got Star Wars Rebels.
Yeah.
With what's his name? Kanan, I think his name is, and the kid from the Star Wars Rebels like cartoon, Disney cartoon.
Yeah.
And it's now getting into its third season, which is going to be about the New Hope.
Yeah,
Leia's in it.
And I need to watch that because I know it's canon. They're trying
to. It's canon. That's the thing. And so's the Clone Wars. So you've got Ahsoka.
Yeah.
So
I just haven't got into the cartoons with it.
I'm hoping that they're going to tie in. I'm hoping that Star Wars Rebels is going to tie in to the movies in some way.
I think so. I think they said they are. Yeah.
So that would be great.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, it's canon, so it's got to be in there somewhere,
Yeah, and then so it just kind of shows some of the other characters, and what I really love about it, and this is director Gareth Edwards, who really knows how to capture scale. He's a director that knows how to capture scale. If you watched Godzilla 2014 Godzilla, he did an exceptional job of capturing the scale of those monsters by shooting a lot of shots from the ground looking up and taking these wide shots of looking at the monsters. And you see that in this trailer. You see that with the Star Destroyers right next to the Death Star while the dish is being put in.
Yeah, and you can see that the dish is about as big as the Death Star, and we know that the Death Stars are just enormous. It does really give you a good scale.
Exactly. And then there's that end shot, which looks like a war shot because it's like soldiers like rushing the beach. And you see those AT-ATs
just like so good.
Yes, and it's shooting from the ground and it's looking up at them, and they're man. I mean, talk about, this is probably going to be the most war movie that we're going to get for a Star Wars movie, I think.
Well, unless you count, the battle for Naboo.
Oh,
we don't.
We don't count that.
No.
But that's what looks great about this is like, and then we got these other stormtroopers who are all black, which apparently they're called like Death Stormtroopers or some shit.
Oh yeah, they were weird. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got, not only do we have the original costume stormtroopers, we got new stormtroopers, which is great. And then we got.
I think it was important, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because it needs something new.
Yes. While keeping, it seems like that's what it seems like they've nailed it with capturing still the nostalgia of Star Wars and still having it look retro but polished a little bit, updated. I don't know, just it looks retro. It looks like an interesting story. Of course, when I heard about the story, I was like, I'm on board with this. Are you fucking kidding me? I want to see it. Yeah, geez. And then it just looks like the scale looks like it looks like a futuristic war movie. To me, when I first watched it, I was like, wow, that feels like a Star Wars movie, but it doesn't at the same time.
Yeah, it feels like a really good sci-fi movie that ties into Star Wars rather than being, you know, like it because Star Wars is all about the Skywalker family.
Yeah,
like this is its own separate entity while still
exactly
giving us what we desperately need.
Yeah,
I think the samurai guys probably are a replacement for Jedi. You know,
yes, because that's what it looked like when he
still
started
got
kicking
some
ass.
sword fighting. You know,
And you never know. Maybe he's force strong or whatever the heck they call that. Because he's supposedly blind and he's still able to kick ass. What's helping him kick ass? You know.
Yeah.
So maybe he's force sensitive or whatever, and he's kind of like Daredevil in that sense. He just uses
that makes sense. Yeah. I'm really hoping for a lot of X-wing.
Oh yeah.
Because like I was a little bit not let down because episode 7 was fantastic, but there wasn't enough star fighting, you know, like Star Wars. Basically, there weren't enough wars in stars, and I'm really hoping there's a lot. Considering this is Rogue One, which is Rogue Squadron.
True.
There should be X-wings flying in formation. You know?
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of that. You know, I mean. No Poe Dameron except damn. Hey, but maybe that'd be awesome. I just had what if they somehow
related?
Well, there's that, but I wonder if they would, since they bringing back Mon Mothma, if they bring back somebody to play Wedge. Who doesn't love Wedge? Come on, he's like fucking. I mean, when I was going over theories for Force Awakens, I wanted Wedge to be like Poe Dameron's fucking brother, or not brother, but father. You know?
Yeah, that would have been great.
Yeah, I mean,
Poe Antilles.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, Wedge was in all 3 movies. He never got his ass killed. He was always a badass X-wing fighter. You know, he was always just there. Like when Luke needed him or anybody needed him, he was there. You know,
it'd be good, of him having, that would be great. But he was saying that he's still quite young at that point.
Yeah, so I don't know if that would work. But no. He was in the first fight. I mean, this is supposedly this is not too much in the past.
Oh, of course it's not. No, you're right. It's not like it's 5 years in the past or anything.
Because the first Death Star is already made, and they're going to go steal the plans. Yeah, I mean, it could work.
That'd be good to see. You'd have to have the big porn dash, though.
Yeah, definitely needs that. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. That was just my nerd brain just going off and thinking about, you know, because I want them to bring him back somehow because Wedge was fucking awesome.
I really what I liked about Felicity's character was this. As soon as she says, like, this is a rebellion, isn't it? I rebel.
I'm a rebel. Yeah, I'm a rebel. I rebel. Yeah.
And straight away, as soon as she said that, you set a tone for the kind of character she is, and like you can see how that movie's going to go. Yeah, you know, I'm really looking forward to it. Like as much as I was looking, almost as much as I was looking forward to episode 7.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, I mean,
I'm not going to be jumping up and down on my seat like I was for episode 7.
Obviously, because that was just like they're bringing it back. I mean, no Star Wars movie that we're gonna get. I mean, I love the fact that we're getting like a Star Wars movie every year for like the next decade or whatever. But nothing's gonna have the hype that Force Awakens had, of course, because you know bringing it back and everything. But it is setting the tone for these these spin-off movies, which is great. I'm glad that they're doing that. They're expanding the universe.
Yeah.
You know? And,
I was a little bit upset that they killed the expanded universe, and then and now I'm not as upset about it because what they've done is they've allowed them to create movies based on whole new things, and that's really, really cool. Like a lot of my friends still complain about the fact that they've lost all of their expanded universe knowledge. All of the knowledge they've gained over the last 20 years has gone to shit because it doesn't mean anything anymore. You know?
Yeah. Right. Well, I mean, when it comes to the movies, you have to appeal to everybody. You know, not everybody's read the books, and read all those stories. So it's like they got to appeal more to the whole audience. Yeah, they can have like little Easter eggs for the books, but they can't just like full on be like, okay, this is like based on this book, or this is like part of this book and blah blah blah, because then people would just be confused.
Yeah, like they don't have to do the Darth Plagueis storyline. Although he is canon.
James,
what?
You froze up.
I didn't freeze.
Okay, you're good. All right. Just making sure you're like.
That's right. I just wobbled like one of those used car sales things.
There you go. Start doing that wobble dance.
So Darth Plagueis is canon because he's mentioned by
he is
in episode 1.
And 3.
3. That was it in 3. Sorry, and that's so they could, in theory, pull him in, but they don't have to do the book. That's the thing.
That's true. And then everybody's wondering if that's who General or Supreme Leader Snoke is. Is he Plagueis or Plagueis?
See, I don't think he is, but he may be based in slightly in that character, like being very deep into the dark side of the Force and like sunken into it so deep that even the Emperor didn't know who he was.
Yeah,
could be. It could be anything like that. That's not Rogue. That's not Rogue One, but that's what I hope for the future. So
true, but overall, Rogue One looks great. I can't wait for it. It looks like it's going to be an interesting story. They don't really. The next trailer, they show a little bit more, but don't give away the fucking farm. But they're good at doing that though, because Force Awakens only got 2 trailers, right? 2 full-length trailers. Right?
Yeah,
really?
So. Yeah.
And they showed just enough to like get everybody excited. The first trailer was like everything new and just bits and pieces flashing at you and like, oh, that's cool. Then the second trailer was like pure nostalgia, and that just caused all of us to cry like little fucking boys and girls.
Yes, we did.
Yes. Oh yeah, I teared up. Jesus Christ. And so with this one, they could. It's like they could tease Darth Vader, but I don't know. Well, I mean,
I don't know. I like the idea of them just not bothering.
Yeah,
they probably will. They did a good job with Luke, didn't they?
They did.
We didn't know that if Luke was in it or not, apart from the fact that like Mark Hamill told us. But we knew
like the whole time.
Yeah,
and then like the whole time you're like, oh, is he gonna show up now? Huh? Yeah. Oh no, he's gonna show up now. Oh, they saved him to the end. It worked. As much as like I wanted him to show up, like
I wanted more.
Yeah, but the fact that they just left it like that, I was like, well played, guys.
Did you see the picture of Mark Hamill on Daisy Ridley's back?
Oh yeah, that was
doing the Yoda thing. That was great.
Yes, that was absolutely, dude.
That was fun.
And like he keeps on retweeting people's photoshops of it, and there's some people that come up with some creative shit, even turn him into Yoda, and just comparison, and there's all kinds of little photoshops. That was actually absolutely brilliant right there, and that's really cool that they can joke around like that. And just the fact that it's like, oh yeah, full circle, let's do it like that. And I just love that. I love seeing shit like that. I love seeing that they're all having fun with this and everything. So
I mean, I'm sure Luke is eventually going to train her, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as all that. I get the feeling that Luke doesn't want any part of it anymore.
Yeah, he's probably going to be maybe a little reluctant because it kind of set it on his face on top of that hill or cliff or whatever. He just kind of was like, it's like he knew it was that he was going to have to come back, and then just seeing her standing there with the lightsaber, he was like, well, shit,
exactly.
It's time for me to jump back into this. And he probably knows shit. He probably knows a lot of things. And he knew that it was, all it was going to come back to him, because obviously we knew that he tried to train Ben or Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren and all that. And he tried to train a bunch of people, and that just went bad. And who knows what happened with Snoke. So he knows a lot of bad shit that happened. And the fact that he has to go right back into it, he's like, you saw it on his face. He was like, here we go.
I still wanted him to force grab it.
Oh God. That would have just been a big wink to the crowd. But so we're looking forward to that. It looks great. Can't wait to see a little bit more and find out a little bit more about the movie. And now we're on to the big one, the big trailer. The hopefully final trailer. I mean, they've already had 3 trailers, so it'll probably be the last trailer. They might show us a little more. But we got the new Suicide Squad trailer that showed up on Sunday, and holy shit. Yeah, it's a good thing. I guess that rumor was true that since Batman vs Superman was so dark tone, Warner Brothers wanted David Ayer and the whole crew to do some reshoots for Suicide Squad to make it a little more fun and humorous. Yeah. See, James? Yeah, James just did a face palm. He did the Captain Picard fucking, because the most stupidest fucking and this is what I hate, and this is why I say there is a prejudice towards DC and Warner Brothers. Like, people just love to hate them. And when this came out, I did a video and I ranted. I was like, "Are you serious? You're talking about a movie that has a character called the Joker?"
Yeah. And
the
Harley
Joker.
Quinn.
Yes.
You know, like
a bunch of villains.
Yeah.
How is it not going to be? It's going to be an action-packed, dark movie, yes, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And they said, like, all the jokes were in that second trailer. I'm like, are you kidding me? The Joker said one thing and then laughed. It's like, come on. I know for a fact that they shot a scene where he's dancing in the street. The Joker is dancing in the street. There was a set photo of him dancing, of Jared Leto dancing. I'm like, come on. And sure enough, that all got debunked, obviously. They were reshooting. They were reshooting for this big action sequence that they couldn't get. But I guess it had to do with the actor playing Croc, like scheduling conflicts. So they had to like do the reshoot. But every big movie has reshoots, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
You always have reshoots.
It's in Lord of the Rings, and The Hobbit. Oh God! And now I'm drawing a blank on his name. Who plays Gollum?
Oh,
Andy Serkis. Yeah. Andy Serkis did all of the second. Yeah, all of the second camera work. So he did all of the reshoots and did all of the stuff that was like off screen. It happens on every single movie.
It does. It's a common practice.
Yeah.
Sometimes, stuff when you go into editing and you're looking at the footage, you're like, you know what, we got to reshoot this because this is not right. This is not right. And it's usually minor stuff. It's not like, it's usually a lot of stuff within sets. Hopefully, usually.
Yeah.
It's usually when it has to do with special effects and shit. That's when, like, I guess you could say, but yeah, I mean, it was completely debunked and stuff. I mean, obviously with that trailer, Jesus Christ, this movie looks like so much fun.
Yeah.
The characters look like they gel well together. I mean, and
we take even Will Smith. Will Smith is not an uncomedic person.
No, he's the leader of this group. He's the leader. And he's got those one-liners that are coming. He's, we've heard him say, for God's sakes, he in that first trailer, he name dropped the whole movie. That's what you give Will Smith. You give Will Smith those kind of lines.
Yeah.
And this trailer was just like, it had the great soundtrack on top of it, and it showed a lot of great footage. Showed a lot of Batman, and that's
I said that to you, didn't I? I messaged you and said there's a lot of Batman in this one, more than I thought there was going to be.
Yes, and my response is to that, to everybody who's asked me that, like who said that, like, wow, there's a lot of Batman. I'm like, well, if you think about it, this is a Batman movie that doesn't star Batman.
Yeah,
these villains, the Suicide Squad, the villains that consist of that are mainly Batman villains. They associated with Batman a lot. I mean, that's why, and that's what's great about it too, is the fact that technically we are getting our first Batman movie in August, because it's the Joker, it's Harley Quinn, it's Killer Croc, Deadshot, been in Batman books like crazy. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, these are Batman characters. He's just not the star. So it makes a lot of sense that there is a lot of Batman in this movie, and I can't wait to fucking see that.
Yeah, I saw the bit where he's carrying Harley.
Yes.
I find that really interesting. I'm interested to find out what's going on there.
But you know what else is interesting about that shot, my friend?
What's that?
Okay. So we got a lot of people still bitching and complaining, like I told you about that guy I had a debate with about Batman killing and everything like that, right? Okay, if you were to look at the screenshot of him carrying Harley Quinn to the Batmobile, which, hey, good job, Bats, get you some. She's fucking hot. Anyways, he's carrying her back. If you look at the shot of that, you look at the Batmobile. That gun that was previously on the Batmobile's hood, no longer there.
No. Yeah.
So, did the death of Superman bring a little change of heart to Bats? Because this is what I would try to stress too, is the fact that this Batman that we have is a 20 years fighting crime. Old Batman, broken Batman, seen a lot of shit. So he's at the point where, like, I don't care. I'm not going to actually full on just like kill somebody.
Yeah.
But if they get killed because I'm shooting that shit,
so
fuck them.
Yeah.
But now maybe he, after the whole death of Superman, because he was trying to kill Superman, maybe after all that, he's like, you know what? Maybe I am being a little too aggressive, and I need to go back to my moral code of not killing. Let me remove this gun from the Batmobile, and I'm gonna scale it down a bit. Because it's not there. It's not there on the Batmobile.
What said it to me was when on Batman vs Superman, where Bruce says to Alfred, "We're criminals, Alfred, is what we do," and you get that feeling where he's just gone. Do you know what? If you can't beat them as being the good hero, I'll be a little bit more dangerous. And then, like you say, when Superman dies, he tries to think about, what would Superman do, and how would I act?
WWSD,
exactly.
Bracelet, I'll buy
them. So I can see him taking it off. Or I didn't know if Suicide Squad was based after Batman vs.
Well,
Superman.
that's what I keep hearing, is that it's after Batman vs. Superman. It very well could be wrong. Who knows? But what I keep hearing, that it does take place after Batman vs. Superman. Yeah. I mean, what's great is they've mentioned Superman twice now in these trailers. The first trailer, Amanda Waller goes Superman, seems like when Superman showed up, all of a sudden all this other weird shit showed up. And then in this trailer, you see the White House dudes going what if Superman were to just show up to the White House, rip off the roof, and just take the president? Who would stop him?
That's what makes me think it's set before Superman dies.
Yeah. I mean,
possibly during currently.
Yes. Oh God, that makes me fucking hard. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, you never know. Wouldn't that
it's got to be after Man of Steel.
Yeah, for sure it'll be after.
And either before or during.
Wouldn't that be awesome? You know how Suicide, they're all at a bar. What if they're looking up at the TV and they see the whole Lex Luthor Doomsday thing, and then they see all that shit happening, because they're in Midway City, I believe.
Which is
Hawkman's hometown, home city or whatever.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's in the. Actually, it's really difficult to tell, because Smallville is not supposed to be all that far from Metropolis, but Metropolis is. Yeah, exactly. But Metropolis isn't Kansas.
No.
And if it is, why is it next to a bay? And why is Metropolis next to Gotham? What the hell?
Yeah, that part. Yeah, I mean, we talked about how we didn't really like that too much, because it made it seem so small. But whatever. But yeah, they're not in Gotham. They're not in Metropolis. They're apparently in Midway City. So they very well. I mean, that would just be kind of awesome if they just looked at the TV and went well,
yeah. Or even the explosion of the Capitol building.
Yeah, or something.
The Supreme Courts or whatever it is, where
it would be pretty cool.
They're just sitting in a bar and that explodes, and they go. And they just go off and do what they're doing,
Yeah, I guess we'll see. But I mean, what I keep hearing is that it does take place after Batman vs Superman. But who knows? I guess we'll find out. They shouldn't reveal it. It'll be a nice little Easter egg, a little thing to find out. Jared Leto looking great. Jesus Christ, I cannot wait to see. I mean, what's really great about these? What's really great is they're not showing too much of him. They're showing just enough in these trailers. You hear him say this time. You heard him say about 2 things, and then of course you heard a lot more of the laughter, which is what we want to hear. And he
looks like a baddie. I mean, obviously he's a baddie. He's the fucking Joker, but I mean, he looks like the protagonist of. Which means that
I always tell
Quinn is going up against.
Well, that's the thing. Is a lot of people are wondering that too. Is why? What's going on with the Joker? The Joker. I'm like, the Joker is not part of the Suicide Squad. He's never been part of the Suicide Squad. He's always a little side. I mean, I always tell people, if you want to watch something, watch the animated movie Batman: Assault on Arkham, because that's a movie. That's a Batman movie, not starring Batman. That's starring the Suicide Squad, and you see a lot. You see, they probably took some shit from that too.
Yeah,
for this movie. Yeah, it's a great animated flick. I mean, as much as Harley, I mean, that's the thing. And that's what we're probably going to see in this movie too, is Harley has such a love-hate for Joker, because he's fucked up to her. I mean, we're gonna see some fucked up shit that he does to Harley, and she loves him but also hates his guts. So we're gonna see both of that, and we might see in the movie she might fuck over the whole Task Force X because she loves Joker. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some kind of double cross or something.
It might even be worse than that. It might even be she thinks to double cross him. He does something to fuck her over, so she does him again. And I really want them to do a good job with Harley Quinn because she is an incredibly complex character, and we've spoken about her before. Like, I don't want her to be this one-dimensional. What they've shown so far on the trailers of her being A, crazy, and B, taking her clothes off. Like,
no, it's not. Well, we're
gonna see more than that.
Yeah, we're gonna see her as a psychiatrist for sure.
Good.
We've seen that there's a great still that they released where she's like in a doctor's lab coat. She's got the glasses, the hair up. She looks.
I missed that one.
Yeah, she's totally normal, and she's talking to the Joker in the straitjacket.
Ah,
you didn't see that image?
Cool.
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't see that image.
Look at it. Yeah. So we see her before she's Harley Quinn. We see her when she's Harleen Quinzel or whatever.
That's her name.
Yeah. We see her before that. We see her as the psychiatrist. So we get a little backstory, which is great, which I love.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So we'll see the layers from her character.
Yeah. There's a really good one of the really good comics is Harley, Poison Ivy, and Catwoman are having a fight, and Harley recognizes that Catwoman's pregnant, so they stop having a fight.
Yeah.
And they just sit down and talk to each other and look after each other and talk about how disgusting men are. And it's such a good comic. You know, it's like it shows that she's more than just like, you know, hey, Puddin.
Joker's bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let me take a baseball bat to your face. Yeah. And you know what? If they do a Suicide Squad 2, I wouldn't be surprised if they brought in Poison Ivy. That would be just like a great.
That actually would be really cool.
It would be fucking awesome. You know, they could do a lot. They could expand with certain other villains, and I think Poison Ivy. I wouldn't be surprised if she was like right there in the front.
Yeah, she's a pretty good one as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so Coach 2015 says, "Do you think Jared Leto's portrayal as the Joker is sinister enough to do the most sinister moments of Joker from the comics?"
Jeez,
do you know? I think he is. Like the laugh. So Jared Leto's laugh is something else because it's
creepy, not just like funny. Yeah,
it's got that funny laugh, and then as it peters off, you hear the insanity. I reckon he could be really one of the better Jokers. Like when it comes to things like the Killing Joke and
and I think I hope we see something like that. Well, we might see something like that in the director's cut of Batman or Superman. Who knows? But totally. And there's like you even see him when like and I remember that was the very first shot. A site that I follow actually released a still of Jared of the Joker in the trailer where he like pulls out like a grenade or something like that, and like part of his face is kind of fucked up and his hair is kind of a mess. Just the way he looked right there is just completely deranged.
Yeah,
like this is. I mean, Jared Leto's done something. He's added to the Joker that we haven't seen before. I mean, we've seen the goofy Joker, the clown Joker. I mean, it just seems like every actor who's taken over the Joker just adding something to it. Heath Ledger didn't have the happy-go-lucky Joker.
No, Heath Ledger's Joker was the anarchist.
Yeah, anarchist. Just totally. But he was also funny. He did, but it wasn't like it wasn't the clown. Seems like with Jared Leto, we're getting just almost everything with it, you know, the sociopath, the fucking psychopath, and just I don't know. I'm just really looking forward to it, you know. And a lot of people are. I don't know how they could still hate on it when it's just like, do you see that? I mean, I even see there's somebody that even put a still up to a page from the book where the Joker was looking pretty much like that, and part of his face was like dirty or whatever the heck. And I'm like, how do you not love that?
Oh, they've done such good. Like I think we spoke about it in the first one of these we did. How good the they've taken stills from the comic books, assorted different comic books with Joker in, and then his outfits and how well they've crossed it over.
The white jacket is totally out of Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah, and there's a really nice one where he's just wearing a waistcoat, or you'd call a vest, and he's just laying down. It looks good. This movie, and in fact, all of the DC movies, I think, are going to have something that the Marvel movies sometimes lack, which is beautiful cinematography.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, we could compare and contrast everything. I mean, Marvel's created something just, they what they're doing is great. They seem to just always have it right and it's fun and everything. But with DC, they're really like referencing so many like really popular dark books.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like, and I mean, you could say Civil War is a dark book because of shit that happens
there's a lot
there.
of death.
There's deaths and shit like that. Yes, that was probably like when Marvel was like, let's get fucking dark. But when it comes to these movies, I mean, whatever you have to say about Batman or Superman, I mean, that the fight between them and the armored suit and just some of those shots were just like, that is pulled right out of Frank Miller's fucking vision right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And
and as much as I would have liked to have had a little bit more reds and blues that you could actually see the tone, like the shots, the desert scene with the parademons is beautifully shot, and even the fight scene with Wonder Woman where she's like, she's got all of that was just, it was perfectly well placed.
And, and that's where Snyder shines. He's a visual director. Sometimes when he tries to translate, his ideas and his stuff to the big screen, it gets lost in translation. It does. I'm one of those that like actually it's like some people, I remember seeing people critique it, just through Twitter, people I follow, and somebody actually said like that Zack Snyder has a problem trying to translate story to his audience, to the audience. People who love him get it and love it. But the general public sometimes are just like, what the fuck are you trying to tell me? And it seems like with Batman vs Superman, especially, it's like he really was trying to like aim towards the comic book fans big time, And he does. I mean, I could see how people would be like, well, what the fuck is going on right here? I mean, he had a movie that he actually wrote himself called Sucker Punch. I don't know if you've seen it.
I know Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
It's great.
A lot of people didn't like that movie, but I was like, you know what? I like that movie. It's
gorgeous. It's wonderful.
Yeah, it's a beautifully shot movie. When you like look at it, it's like, what the fuck is going on here? Because it's pure fantasy.
Yeah,
because it takes place in like a mental institute that also takes place in like a brothel kind of place, and then all of a sudden the fantasy part. I mean, there's so many different layers in the story that a lot of people just go, "That's fucking stupid." And I kind of went like, I don't know. To me, I kind of like that. I don't know. To me, it seemed, I don't know. I just kind of, and I dig that movie. I really dig that movie. And a lot of people just like, oh, the movie sucks. And I'm like, I don't know. It just seems like, Snyder has a problem trying to appeal to like a general audience. And like the people that he appeals to just fucking love what they give him,
But like, okay, how much did Batman versus Superman make?
Well, it's creeping up to 900 million worldwide.
Okay, so that's not bad, is it?
I mean, what do you say?
People were saying, well, it didn't hit the billion, did it? Well, there weren't that many movies that did.
Yeah, no. Like, it's not, no, and I keep seeing this shit too, like, oh, it's a flop, it's a bomb. No, it's not a fucking bomb. It's not a
900 million is not a bomb.
It might have underperformed slightly, like a little bit. Yes, the Rotten Tomatoes shit. I mean,
that hurt it.
It does hurt
on the second. On the second weekend.
Nowadays, people look at Rotten Tomatoes to determine whether they're going to see a movie. Okay, the fact that Deadpool was like 100% for like 2 weeks before Rotten Tomatoes, before it was released on Rotten Tomatoes, that totally got people jazzed up. And that movie had legs. And the fact that this one got shit on big time, just shows you like it really hurt. A lot of this movie, which yeah, and we've addressed the problems that this movie has. Some people go overboard and just say like, "Oh, this movie's worse than Fantastic Four," and I'm like, "Fuck you, shut up! Don't even say that."
No.
You know, but it's no, it definitely is not a flop. Yes, there. You know, a lot of sites will be like, "Oh, I didn't profit as much as Man of Steel." It's like, yeah, because Man of Steel was like half the budget.
Yeah.
So they comparing it to Ant-Man and stuff like that. I'm like, you realize, yes. Half the budget, guys. Yes, it underperformed for sure. It totally did.
But it's not like they made a loss.
No, they didn't. Yeah. And like I heard, like with everything that went into it, the marketing budget and the whole complete budget, they needed to hit 800 million worldwide, and they did. And it's going to hit 900 million. So they are making a profit from it. So it's not a flop. It's not a bomb. It just underperformed, but if they release that R-rated director's cut in the theater, guess what? Boost right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hope they do, because I will go see that. You know what I heard today too? I heard that the original cut for this movie was fucking 4 hours long.
Nice. I'd have watched that. I'd have watched the shit out of a 4-hour Batman vs Superman.
That's what I heard today. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, in a time period where binge watching is the thing, release that. And I even said that too, where it was like, when people go, "Oh my God, 2.5 hours long for a movie, holy shit!" But then when like Daredevil hits Netflix, I'm gonna binge watch the whole thing.
Yeah. I watched 11 episodes. Yeah,
that's 11 hours.
Yeah,
or 10 and some change.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, I'm the man who would sit there and watch the extended edition Lord of the Rings, like all the way through. I'd sit there and watch 12 hours worth of fucking Lord of the Rings. No problem.
I mean. And I even said this too in my spoiler review. I've even said it on Twitter. I said if Batman vs Superman was if that story was spread out over a 12 episode season on Netflix, 100% or at least in the 90% percentile on Rotten Tomatoes, guaranteed. But the fact is, they had to condense so much in 2.5 hours. That there was shit that was lost and shit that just didn't work because it just. They were trying to do way too much.
And it shows that, given that they've greenlighted the Batman solo movie, it shows that they've made enough money off of Batman versus Superman to warrant a standalone Batman movie.
And to keep Justice League going, and everything's still going. Like a lot of people were thinking.
Yeah, go on.
A lot of people were thinking that Justice League was going to be done. Like fuck that shit. That's done. Warner Brothers is they're gonna pull the plug. You know, this is another.
They've invested way too much money.
Come on. You know, it's still going on. And you know what? Justice League and Justice League Part 2, I think, is going to surprise people.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, I think it's going to be. And Suicide Squad is going to be. I think Suicide Squad is going to make a lot of money.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. It's like, okay, Batman vs Superman might have been a somewhat misfire, but the next two DC movies. Two movies that are coming out from the DCU that are completely something we haven't seen before. We have a movie about villains being the protagonists of the movie. Okay, we have a group of villains. We haven't really seen that. I mean, you could kind of compare it to Guardians of the Galaxy, but this is like dark and villains, straight up fucking
actual bad people.
Yeah. And then the next movie after this is Wonder Woman, our first female-led superhero movie. There's no way in hell that is
a big thing.
Yes. So we got two movies, two superhero movies, two comic book movies of shit that we haven't seen. Yeah. Okay, so that's why I'm like,
Marvel should have done that first.
Yeah, they really
should. It's bullshit that they haven't had a standalone woman's, because they've got some fantastic.
They do. And they're going to get to that with Captain Marvel, and even Kevin Feige teased possibly a Black Widow standalone movie for Phase 4, which good. It's about time she had her time to shine. You know, I can't get enough Scarlett Johansson.
Well, that'd be great, because I think it would feel, if I think a Black Widow movie would be crime thriller,
and then you
kick-ass, you know,
and the fact is, like, people were like, "Oh, what about a Hawkeye standalone movie?" No, you add him to the Black Widow.
Yes.
You don't need a Hawkeye movie You don't need 2 standalone movies for these characters. Have a Black Widow movie because it seems like her character is just a little more complex.
Mhm.
So have a Black Widow movie and then have Hawkeye being like that side character, and you get more. I mean, we got a lot of his character in Age of Ultron, which way out of left field a little bit, but you know, you can get more of a sense of how these two came to be, you know, in a Black Widow standalone movie.
Yeah, and it would be like a Russian spy, spy novel.
Exactly.
But with the Black Widow kicking the shit out of everybody. It would be so good. And have you, just talking about Hawkeye, did you ever watch the thing that he did with one of the other late night show hosts, which I can't remember what his name is? He did a song, Ed Sheeran's Thinking Out Loud.
No, I didn't.
YouTube it. It's Hawkeye sings Ed Sheeran or something like that. And he's all about, he's dressed up as Hawkeye, singing, saying how he's a superhero as well, and that he can do amazing things, even if he's not super.
Yeah,
it's very funny.
But see, that was brilliant. That was brilliant, like what they did in Age of Ultron, and how he was like that
Jimmy Fallon. That's it.
Oh, that's what it. Yeah, I figured it was either that or what's his nuts. But see, I love that line. I love it when he's given that speech to Scarlet Witch. Yeah. And he's just like, he's all, the city's flying. The city's flying. There's, you know, and he's talking about that. And he's all, and I have a bow and arrow. None of this makes sense. You know, I love the fact that Joss Whedon put that in there.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yes, you are a human being with a bow and arrow. What the fuck are you doing here fighting next to Thor, Hulk, Captain America, and Iron Man? What are you doing? Yeah.
But they like
that's what made his character just like, okay, yes.
See, he's got to be like, this is my thing with Hawkeye. Well, let's talk about Hawkeye, because I feel like he gets bad rap. Okay, now in the first Hawkeye movie that they call Avengers, but I'm going to call the Hawkeye movie. There's a bit where he's standing on the rooftop and he looks away and fires an arrow, and it kills somebody. Like he has to have some meta-human ability.
Well, he's partially deaf in the books. Did you know that? Yeah. So that's why I always thought, like, well, his vision is really, I don't know. His vision
is got to be great anyway.
Well, yeah, that's what he said even in the Avengers movie, that he sees better from afar. You know,
he's sitting up in the nest.
They could easily have a movie, and they wouldn't even have, like I said, have a Black Widow movie, but Hawkeye is a strong presence in that movie too.
Yeah. With no other superheroes, just them being badass.
Them being the spies and the assassins that they are, you know?
Yeah. I like that idea a lot.
And I think that's what they'll do, because like I said, Kevin Feige seemed like he was teasing like a possible and I hope that they do that, you know? Let's give some fucking backstory to these characters that aren't superhuman, that aren't gods, you know?
Yeah. So well, we're currently losing viewers because Jimmy Kimmel's
that's right. It's already past 8.
Yeah.
So we should probably wrap this up, but as for the Suicide Squad, the new trailer, fantastic. Everything looks good. Board. Oh, I mean, I even tweeted out, I was like, hey, thank God that, you know, Warner Brothers did these reshoots in a week to get all this fun shit into the movie. Yeah. It's complete dog shit. The movie's going to be fun. It's going to be action packed. It's going to be dark. You know, there's no way. And it sucks too, because I know people, and I've seen comments on my videos too, where they're saying that, oh, I'm not going to see this movie because Batman vs Superman sucked. I'm like, are you fucking serious? You know,
no, don't do that. Watch a movie on its own merits.
Yes.
Do it based on something else.
I mean, regardless what you thought about Batman vs Superman, watch this movie. This might get you back into the DCEU.
And remember, Suicide Squad isn't directed by Zack Snyder. It's not the same movie.
No, it's not.
Like, this is a completely different movie by. Yeah, okay, it's going to have the same theme running through it, you know, because it's DC, but it's done by somebody else. Let's give it a shot, you know, like
absolutely. And it's something different. This is like this is a movie, nothing but villains. Villains on top of villains. The team of villains taking on another villain, and then probably another villain too. I mean, yeah, there's like a villains everywhere. Okay, this is something that we have not seen before. No, so, regardless what you thought about Batman vs Superman, get out of here. Okay, watch this movie. So we're both excited, and we're gonna wrap it up here. Let's see. Well, let's first see questions. Star Trek Beyond trailer 2 drops next month. Well, hopefully it's better than that last Star Trek trailer because my
problem with the Star Trek Beyond trailer is that all I've seen of the Enterprise, which is the whole point of Star Trek, remember, is the Enterprise, the spaceship that they fly around in.
Blows up again.
It blows up again.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so like, how early does that happen? Because if it happens early on, fuck you.
Seems like it does. And it's like, no, let's not blow up the Enterprise. Stop it. And then, and then it was like, well, yeah. And then we got like, what, Chris Pine riding like a dirt bike on a planet?
I don't know what's going on. Like, you can't trek through the stars without your starship. Stop blowing the fucking thing up.
And I love that somebody said, Dave, go to work for WB, please. Hey,
I'd love to.
if I could. I mean, now I got a video coming out where I'm going to talk about the narrative of Batman vs Superman and how they could have kept the Batman vs Superman narrative. Just thinking about it, gave me goosebumps. And I was like, oh, they could have done this while keeping all of this still. And I'm like, damn it. It almost makes me wish I would have fucking read that script and been like, okay, first off, let's not show the fucking Wayne parents dying in the beginning. Let's not show that. Dude, I have a whole different opening for this movie that would have fucking seriously would have had people cheering. The video's coming. Hopefully this weekend I'm gonna have it up. But I haven't seriously my opening for Batman vs Superman would have been so much better.
Have you played it as casual Batman and casual Superman? Have you recreated?
That's what sucks too. Is I have my review from those guys that I shot. I haven't had time to edit it yet, and it's pretty great too. But I just haven't had time to edit it.
You know what's really cool? This may be something we could have said off air, but fuck it. I've finally got. I'm going to have a vehicle.
Oh, nice.
Which means I will be able to come to you, and we'll be able to go and do something. So we'll either do a show.
Screen. There you go.
Yeah, we'll either do a show together, and it will be fun, and I can come up to you because I know that your car sometimes goes.
Oh yeah. My car is it's getting to the point where it's getting scary.
But I'll come up to you. You can cook me dinner, and
of course,
and we will record a show there. It'll be fun.
Yeah, for sure. We're gonna do that. We're gonna hopefully do some live stuff and commentary on movies too. That'll be a lot of fun. We're still gonna do that. We'll get that. We wanted to do the Star Wars trilogy, or part of the Star Wars trilogy, the first Star Wars trilogy at least.
Before 4, 5, and 6.
But hopefully we can do that before Rogue One. We have plenty of time to do it before Rogue One.
That's a really good idea. That is a really good idea. My wife is standing at the door just here, trying to distract me.
Does she have her arms folded and she's stomping one foot?
No, she's like.
Oh, she's trying to
Yeah.
Okay.
She's lucky. She's really lucky actually that I don't move the camera around.
Well, I did say something about hey, join us. You might get some boners or whatever the hell. So maybe she's trying to do that to you. So
maybe get the boners going.
Probably end this so you can do what you need to do. I'm just saying.
All right. Well, it's always a pleasure.
Always, guys. Appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys commenting and everything. Sorry we didn't get to every question asked, but hey. It happens.
We will try and do these this one. I think this is good time, about an hour.
Yeah,
I think I'm happy to do them whenever you're available because I'm a bum. I'm always available. So, but if we do it every couple of weeks and everybody enjoys them, then it's all to the good, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, guys. And we're doing it every other week right now, it seems. But if it gets to the point where we start doing it once a week, that'd be fun too. And hopefully maybe even longer than that. We just bullshit. Yeah, it's fun stuff. So, all right, guys. Well, like I said, you can find us on all the suck meds, as we call them, the social medias. You can find me at Davey Pena on Twitter, which 2 E's, just Dave with 2 E's, Pena, N-A. And you can find Mr. James Bricknell at Keridel, Keridel.
Well done.
Yeah, there we go. And then, Google Plus, type in our names, you'll find us, Facebook, same thing, pretty much. You can type in Film Junkie anywhere, of course. And then, of course, just visit the site and my 2 YouTube channels, of course, which, I'll be posting videos on both YouTube channels coming up in a bit here with that Doctor Strange trailer. I'll be doing
I'm looking forward to Doctor Strange.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to introduce magic into the MCU.
Yes.
There hasn't been
and
before,
the dimension shit. We already got a taste of the dimensions with Ant-Man when he fucking shrunk down. But they're going to capitalize on that, which is pretty cool.
And I suppose Scarlet Witch has got kind of a magic.
Yeah.
Not actually from, I think hers is from her mind, isn't it? I think hers is different.
It's more of that. But yeah, it's similar. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I remember, I'm just going to say one thing. There was like set videos. I mean, they wrapped up shooting Doctor Strange, but there was like a set video where like they had like Benedict Cumberbatch and what's his name that plays along with him. I can never pronounce his name, but they were doing like this thing where they I guess they were supposed to like fly.
Yeah.
So they like leaped up in the air and then
they look like they're skipping.
Yeah, they were doing this thing. It looks ridiculous, but I'm sure it's going to look great in the final product. But somebody actually put him into the Civil War trailer where the heroes are running with each other.
Oh, yeah.
So you see like everybody running and you see just like Doctor Strange just going like that. It's just, it's fucking hilarious.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff. But it's going to be interesting to see all that. But anyways, looking forward to that trailer. Hopefully you guys are too. We appreciate you guys watching, and that's about it. In the immortal words of Robin Williams, your move,
Chief.
Talk to you guys later.